Greetings, everyone. This is Yahya Kandil, Group Professor David. I would like to present today um, my schematic design submission, which represent altered within context, school design. The main concept is altering the existing visual aspects within the context by simulating what happens on the existing topography and reflecting it on the building itself, and creating a detached masses to allow the air movement through the masses to create some sort of ventilation, passive ventilation, and also indoor air quality changing, and almost exposing the building to the natural elements by creating openings and closed spaces, um, and also making transition zones between the semi-public and the public zones. Also, the space was the space program. It was according to our provided program, and I was trying to place the schools and have the exterior envelope that is public and converting it to the semi-public and also to a transition zone. And then we have the dining and services, and I was trying to make the sports and event space at the southern part of the site for isolation as a noise um, treatment for the building itself. That's a conceptual imagination of the building, which it reflects on the roofscape of the building, creating this some sort of deconstructed roof lines that simulate the nature of the topography there. And in the northern part here is the classes, and it will be treated with kinetic louvers that it can be operable accordingly to the sun um, location. Of course, it has an egress um, accessibility. Also, there is court that is accessible to add the double height indoor spaces to allow the air and the light to penetrate the building itself. Um, um, this is the event space that has its own accessibility from the southern part, and this is the western the part which allow the pedestrian walkability and bicycle lanes and almost school traffic uh, for the client. This is an elevation for the western side, which should represent as on the diagram that I presented earlier here on the dining space, and a transition zone between here and the classes, and also the event space. It's double height, has its own light configuration to allow the sun inside, and then um, these courts are allowing the light to go through it. This is a street view from the northern side, um, showing the building. This is from the south and east side, which represent the other side of the schools and the transition. Also, these doors are representing the egress stairs, which will allow the as escape stairs as well. Um, there is an atrium, a mezzanine that overlook an atrium to overlook the street and the other eastern entry. The classes on the ground level are made for the ADA students, and there is a ramps that allow the students to access the class. This is the master plan presenting um, an idea of what I was trying to present. The three classes here, which are for the ADA, compatible for accessibility to the students, and we have here the facilities for the students as well. Um, Entry court here, and the egress stairs. Here it's a semi-public place which has its own two stairs that which lead to the other floors, but they are not considered as an egress stairs. The two egress stairs are here, and they are placed upon safety codes for the building itself. And here on the first floor as well, when you go up, you have the reading spaces, the IT, and also classrooms, facilities, and labs, and also staff zone that they have their own offices and their own bathrooms that has one ADA toilet room and one regular toilet room for both sex. Also here on the second finished floor, um, I have added also 7 more classes um, to occupy the exact number that I designed the building for, and each class will have its own louvers that it's 100% operable, and it had an egress opening on it for safety wise. And this is the plan that overlook the mezzanine that overlooked the double height ceiling light here, which represents as in this image. Um, this image is an imaginary of the interior light penetration through the courts and the building, which is very schematic. It will be developed. And this is the axonometric as structurally wise. This is the roof scape and the roof line. The yellow part here representing the louvers, and it can be operatable. The red columns here represent the triple height columns that support the ceiling to create the holistic journey and sensation and feeling of the lights. And of course, the slabs that create each floor. This section here representing the idea of having the all building height columns and the other ratio that supports this unit of the building. The structure itself has some more spaces. The walls doesn't continue till the roof. It doesn't attach with it to create more airflow from upper of the building to allow the air to move towards these openings and to change the air itself. These openings are not fully opened. They will have some mechanism to control the water drainage. If it will be raining, some screens will be added as well. This is 3D section for the eastern side, which represent the double height event space and will be also a enclosed sport hall as well, and shows the atrium here and the glasses and the handrails and the dining space on the ground floor. This is the southern side, which is also present the same locations, but in a different section line. And it represents as well the height of the columns, which is above some of the existing walls there. This is a 3D aerial illustration for the building, how it looks like and how it will merge into the context. I wasn't trying to change the nature of the site. I was trying to reflect the nature of the site on the project to add to the community, to add to the social benefit of El Paso. And this is the eastern elevation and the southern elevation as well. And the general information, which requires how many students I was targeting and what is the average class unit. Some class units are more than the 820. Some of these classes are 950 square feet, but the average was 820. The learning unit, how many exactly I was targeting. I had uh, sufficiently added the labs and making spaces, also on reading the multimedia spaces as well. And the collective spaces was spread all around the building. Um, Thank you so much, and awaiting your kind feedback.